There are moments that feel like accidents, and others that feel like the city's quiet conspiracy. He saw her reflection before ever seeing her face, glass catching the outline of her shoulder. The curve of her jaw softened by the warm glow of a street lamp. She wasn't doing anything remarkable, just standing at the corner cafe, stirring tea she wasn't drinking. But something about her stillness felt like a question he had been trying to answer for years. He didn't know her name, but her presence slipped into his evenings the way music enters a scene long before a character realizes the soundtrack is theirs. Rain pressed against the narrow streets, giving everything a sheen of memory. He walked with a slow purpose, umbrella low, coat collar slightly raised, not against the cold, but against the heaviness of another ordinary night. She stepped out of the cafe just as he passed by. They didn't collide. They didn't speak. But the distance between them tightened, the space of a breath, maybe two, as if the air briefly recognized them before they recognized each other. Her perfume drifted toward him, faint, warm, like a page being turned in a book he suddenly wanted to read. He didn't look back, not immediately, but 3 steps later, he did. She was already gone. And that should have been the end of it. But some people linger even when they leave. They met again 15 days later. Same street, different hour, same unexplainable pull. This time, she noticed him first. "You were there that night," she said, voice soft but steady. He blinked, surprised. I remember the umbrella." She offered a half smile, small, but enough to unravel something guarded inside him. "Do you always remember umbrellas?" he asked. "Only when the person holding them looks like they're carrying more than the weather." He laughed quietly, the kind of laugh a man gives when someone sees more than he intended to show. The city felt smaller around them, the traffic quieter, time slower. They walked without planning to, side by side, a tempo that wasn't rushed, wasn't hesitant, just aligned. They found a bench under a canopy of dim yellow light. She crossed her legs. He loosened his shoulders. "You seem familiar," she said. "Do I?" "Yes, like someone I'm supposed to meet, but life got the timing wrong a few times." His chest tightened, not painfully, but with recognition. Familiarity wrapped in possibility. "I've had that feeling too," he murmured. "Like you were a page I skimmed before the story began." She looked at him then, really looked, and the streetlight carved a warm outline around her face, softening everything except her eyes. "What story?" she asked, barely above a whisper. "The one we pretend isn't happening." A silence settled between them, not awkward, not empty. A silence that felt like a room with no door, quiet, private, inevitable. Her fingers brushed the bench for balance. His hand was resting close, not touching, not intentional, but close enough for the air between their hands to turn warm. They walked again, wandering through narrow streets washed in amber light, talking as if they had hours, talking as if they had already lost too much time. She told him about the things she kept to herself, not secrets, but soft truths no one ever asked about. He listened with the kind of quiet attention that said he had been waiting for this conversation without knowing it. He spoke too, not about achievements or facts, but about the ache of days that felt unfinished. "I think we're both a little lost," she whispered. "Maybe," he said, "or maybe we just haven't met the right person to listen." She looked up at him then, a long moment, unhurried, unmasked. "I'm listening now," she said, and something shifted, like the city lights leaned closer to witness the moment. They slowed their pace without noticing. The street narrowed into a quieter corner of the city, one of those alleys where lights shimmer like old movie frames, where every color looks warmer, softer, almost secretive. She paused by a storefront window blurred by humidity. Inside, a lamp flickered above a stack of untouched books. "It feels like the city keeps placing us in the same scenes," she murmured, tracing a fingertip across the fogged glass. Maybe we weren't meant to miss each other this time. She turned toward him, close, not close enough to touch, but close enough to feel how his presence rearranged the temperature of the night. He watched her in the glass's reflection, the line of her throat, the gentle fall of her hair, the way her breath skimmed the cool surface. "I keep thinking," he said quietly, "that I noticed you long before that night at the cafe." Her eyes lifted. "You did? I think I saw your shadow first. The way it stretched across the pavement, the way it made the rest of the evening look less empty." She laughed softly, the kind of laugh people give when a truth hits deeper than expected. "Funny," she whispered. "I think I started noticing nights more when you were in them." The words hovered, fragile and brave. A gust of wind passed, gentle, but enough to lift a few strands of her hair across her cheek. He lifted his hand, instinctively, not to touch her, but to brush the air near her face, as if uncertain whether reality would allow it. She didn't move away, but she didn't lean in either. Her voice fell to a near whisper. "Why does this feel like we've been here before?" His answer was barely audible. "Because maybe we have. In pieces. In unfinished moments." The air between them pulsed, warm and fragile. She shifted closer, a slow, nearly imperceptible movement, the kind of closeness that feels like the city has exhaled around them, giving them permission. Her hand rested on the frame of the window. Was still by his side, tense with restraint, aching with possibility. She looked at his fingers. "You can," she said softly, "only if you want to." He didn't touch her, but he let his hand rise, stopping just short of her skin, hovering, inviting, their breaths aligned in the small, trembling space between them. Sometimes a touch doesn't need contact to change everything. They continued walking, slower now, as if time itself had softened around them. At the edge of the block, she paused again. "I should go," she said, though her voice carried no conviction. Her gaze lingered on him, warm and searching. "Should you?" he asked gently. She looked down, smiling with a mixture of shyness and boldness. "I don't know." The street lamps hum quietly. Cars pass in the distance, muffled, distant, irrelevant. He steps back half a pace, giving her space, giving himself honesty. "I don't want this night to be something we forget." She lifts her eyes slowly, and there's something in them that wasn't there before. "Then don't forget it." Her voice, steady, certain, warm in a way that feels like the beginning of something dangerous and beautiful. "But," she adds, "don't rush it either." He nods, understanding something deeper than her words. "So what do? We let the night be the night," she says. "And if the city wants us to meet again, it will." They walk to the corner where their paths separate. She turns to him, hands tucked gently inside her sleeves as if holding warmth. "Good night," she whispers. "Good night," he answers, but it sounds more like a promise than a farewell. She steps away first, not quickly, not reluctantly. He watches her silhouette drift into the bronze glow of the streetlights. And for a moment, a long, stretching, cinematic moment, he feels the night shifting around him, the air, the colors, the quiet, as if the city itself is holding its breath. She turns once, halfway down the block. Their eyes meet from a distance. Not longing, not regret, just recognition. Something that feels like the first line of a story neither of them is ready to admit has started. Fade out. If you felt the quiet pull between them, if you tasted the tension in their pauses, if their almost touch lingered in your mind, then stay close. There are more stories waiting in the shadows, stories of unspoken desire, slow burn longing, and nights that remember what we forget. Subscribe to Velvet Shadows for more cinematic romances whispered in the language of light, silence, and everything we never say aloud.